It might be more difficult to fall in love with yourself than to fall in love with someone else. But as the adage goes, you must first love yourself before you can genuinely love others. However, loving oneself is essential for having meaningful connections with others and feeling good about yourself. Hello everyone, welcome to Love Wisdom. If you're new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. In this video, we'll talk about self-love journey. Where does self-love start? So what is self-love? And where does self-love start? It's a question we might ask ourselves from time to time, but often don't have an answer to. The truth is, self-love needs to be experienced to be understood. But we can start by giving you some basics about it. When most of us think about love, the first thing that comes to mind is romantic love or the love between parents and children. But there's another kind of love that's just as important, if not more so, self-love. As its name suggests, self-love is about taking care of yourself emotionally and spiritually. It means accepting yourself for who you are and embracing your quirks and flaws. It also includes being gentle with yourself during tough times and forgiving yourself when you make mistakes. In short, self-love is about treating yourself with kindness, understanding, and compassion, the same way you would treat a loved one. Why do we need self-love in our lives? One reason is that it helps us feel good about ourselves. When we're happy with who we are on the inside, it shows on the outside too. And studies have shown that people who practice self-love tend to be healthier physically and mentally than those who don't. Another reason self-love is so important is that it allows us to connect more deeply with others. We can better form meaningful relationships when we're first bound to our own hearts. Finally, one of the best reasons to embark on a self-love journey is because it leads us closer to the divine. Miracles can happen when we open our hearts and minds to all that life has to offer us. How do we start giving ourselves the love we need? The journey of self-love starts with getting to know ourselves. We need to become aware of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This can be done through journaling, meditation, or therapy. Once we understand ourselves better, we can start making changes that will lead to a more positive and healthy relationship with ourselves. One of the most important things we can do for ourselves is to practice self-compassion. This means being kind and understanding towards ourselves, especially when we make mistakes or are going through tough times. When compassionate towards ourselves, it's easier to be compassionate towards others. Second, be patient with yourself. It takes time to develop a strong relationship with ourselves. Like any other relationship, self-love requires care, patience, and effort. The more we practice it, the easier it will become. Rome wasn't built in a day. Remember this when you find yourself struggling or feeling down on yourself. Another important thing is to pay attention to your intuition. Our intuition is our inner guidance system that knows what's best for us. Learning to trust and follow our intuition can help lead us down the path of self-love. Our intuition knows what's best for us even before our conscious minds do. Start by taking some time each day to connect with yourself. Listen to what your heart tells you and trust that you are on the right path. What happens when we don't have self-love? Most of us have been taught to put others before ourselves from a young age. We are told that it's selfish to think about our needs and that we should focus on helping others. However, what happens when we don't have self-love? When we don't take the time to nurture our happiness, we can end up feeling hollow and resentful. We may find ourselves in toxic relationships or perpetually chasing after things that we think will make us happy. Without self-love, we can end up sacrificing our well-being in pursuit of something that may never truly make us happy. Learning to love ourselves is one of the most important things we can do in life. It's not selfish to want to be happy. It's essential. When we have self-love, we can live our lives more fully and authentically. We are able to find happiness from within, which can radiate outwards, impacting everyone around us positively. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. The benefits of a self-love journey. The benefits of a self-love journey extend far beyond simply feeling better about yourself. Research has shown that people with a strong sense of self-love are more likely to be successful in their careers, maintain healthier relationships, and cope better with stress and adversity. If you're considering embarking on a self-love journey, there's no better time than now. Start by setting aside some time each day to focus on self-care and include activities that make you feel happy and relaxed. Remember, the goal is not to achieve perfection, but to cultivate a deep sense of self-acceptance and self-love. You'll be well on your way to living your best life with patience and practice. The connection to the divine in others through self-love. There are many ways to connect to the divine in others, but one of the most important things is self-love. When we love ourselves, we open up to receiving love from others and the divine. We also become more compassionate towards others, which helps us to create deeper connections. Also, self-love helps us forgive ourselves and let go of past hurts. This allows us to move forward and create healthier relationships with ourselves and others. Finally, self-love helps us see beauty in our lives and the world around us. When we appreciate our worth, we can more easily appreciate the worth of others. By practicing self-love, we can deepen our connection to the divine and create more loving relationships with those around us. Tools for your personal self-love journey. Your willingness to grow and change is the most essential tool in your self-love journey. Without that, nothing else will matter. But other tools can help you on your way. Here are a few of the most important ones. A daily practice of gratitude is a powerful way to begin to love yourself. When you take the time each day to notice and appreciate the good things in your life, you automatically feel better about yourself. Gratitude is also a magnet for more good things, so it's a great way to attract more of what you want into your life. Self-care is another essential tool for self-love. When you take care of yourself, you send a message that you are worth taking care of. This means making time for the things that nurture and nourish you physically and emotionally. It might include getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, exercising, spending time in nature, or doing anything else that makes you feel good. Learning to accept yourself, warts and all, is another crucial ingredient in self-love. This doesn't mean condoning bad behavior. It simply means recognizing that we are all imperfect beings. And that's okay. When you accept yourself as you are, it becomes much easier to love yourself, flaws and all. Finally, one of the most critical tools for self-love is forgiveness. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes allows you to move on and create a new story for your life. It also provides for more self-love and compassion in the future. So if you're ever feeling down on yourself, remember to reach for these tools and use them to remind yourself of your worthiness and lovability. So, where does self-love start? The journey to self-love begins with a willingness to grow and change. Once you have that, you can start using the tools of gratitude, self-care, acceptance, and forgiveness to help you on your way. Self-love is a journey that takes time, effort, and patience. However, it's a journey worth taking because it leads to a more fulfilling and happier life. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. Where does love start? If you like this video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Thank you and goodbye.